Court Uncut, what the people want.
Thank you. The 14B District Court is now back in session. The court will call the matter of the State of Michigan versus Quintel Kirkland, case number 21 S0012.
Tiffany Woods for the people. Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Fellow Casey McGee seeking permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of Assistant Public Defender Mansour.
Permission is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Kirkland, please state your name.
Quintel Kirkland.
Thank you. All right. We're here today for sentencing in this matter. Mr. Kirkland had been on bench warrant status since March 11th of 2024. Apparently got arraigned before the magistrate on November 4th of 2025.
Yes, Your Honor. This morning we would have no additions, deletions, corrections to the recommendations, and we would thank the probation department for the recommendations. And we would like to adopt them this morning. The only correction that we would have is the time served. I believe it should be 11 days now for Mr. Kirkland. And also, of course, the dates, because it is kind of an older recommendation. But other than that, Your Honor, we would adopt the recommendations and ask for Mr. Kirkland to be sentenced this morning.
Thank you. Before I move on, what's the status of all these other bench warrants that are outstanding for Mr. Kirkland?
Yes, Your Honor. So I did see that he had a hold in Westland. Mr. Kirkland plans on making a few phone calls. If he is able to be released today, he plans on making a few phone calls to try to get those cleared up. It's my understanding that the Westland were for tickets, and he plans on trying to get those cleared up as soon as he can today.
What's going on with the 15th District Court and the 14A2? Do you know?
So for the 15th District Court, looks like for the 14A case, it looks like he has a PR bond for that case. For the 15th case, that hearing is coming up on the 18th of this month. For the, I believe it's a probation violation hearing.
So that's
Yes.
Sorry.
Is he on a
Okay.
bond on that?
His bond is 5,000, 10%, I believe.
All right, thank you. Anything from the people on this matter?
Judge, I've also had an opportunity to review the PSIR, and there was a restitution request of $639. So we'd asked that to be ordered. I understand why they're doing the request they are is because of his attitude. Seems like apparently says he's too busy and blames his training for all of this. So he's not really taking responsibility for anything. So I would leave it in the court's discretion how you want to sentence the defendant. Thank you.
Am I correct that the recommendation is for community service restitution and the Class A training?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Kirkland, is there anything else you want to say on behalf of your client before I go to Mr. Kirkland, Ms. McGee?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Kirkland, is there something you'd like to say, sir?
Well, firstly, I'd like to apologize to everybody that has been involved with these cases or any of my cases. I lost my mom relatively young, and I've been just trying to teach myself how to be a better man, how to, you know what I'm saying, just trying to teach myself how to, take care of myself. And I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. When I was at Speedway, and I should have done a better job of holding accountability and holding myself up for the mistakes that I have done, and taking care of it at the time. But I had a family at the time as well, and I felt like they needed me. And I was just scared, to be honest, Your Honor. And I've always just tried to survive. That's all I've ever really tried to do. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody or, make anything harder for nobody else. And obviously, I've made things hard for myself. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to take care of my family. And I apologize. And I plan on making everything right, and I don't want to spend any more time away from my kids. So I don't really got nothing else, but I know that it wasn't right, and I should have shown more remorse at the time. But in my mind, I didn't really, I'm also a kid, to be honest with you, Your Honor. It took me a little bit longer than it should have to become a man, but I'm learning and I'm trying, and I just want to make things right so I can be there for my kids. That's why I stayed away as long as I did. That's why I didn't come back and just turn myself in. I just knew that if you guys caught me, that you wouldn't let me go. And I didn't want to be away from my family. That's all. I'm in a little better position now than I was previously. At least I was until I got locked up for 10, 11 days. I have a decent job. They're understanding. They pay me pretty good. So I should be able to handle all the requirements and everything that's asked of me for each of these cases without a problem. But I just needed time. That's all. I needed time to learn how to be a man so I could take care of my family and take care of myself at the same time. And I'm ready if everyone allow me to. I'm ready. I just wanted to apologize because all of this is unnecessary. I'm wasting your time. I'm wasting their time. I didn't mean no harm. I was just trying to survive. I didn't have nothing. So this is it. But I do apologize though. I didn't mean to hurt nobody. Which is why all my offenses, everything I've ever done, they're victimless crimes. I never tried to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? I just was trying to survive. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Kirk.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's your mother?
Rita Bishop. She passed when I was 17, and I didn't have nobody after that. My dad was one of those guys that was in and out of jail. He never really was around. I haven't seen him since I was 12. And my mom passed when I was 17, and I didn't have no job, and I didn't really know, you know what I'm saying? I was still learning. I was a kid.
Who's your dad?
Otis Kirkland, he's definitely been here as a system, but I don't even know where he's at. I've tried looking for him, but I'm an adult now. You know what I'm saying? I'm no longer a kid. I'm almost 30. All my cases are like really old with the exclusion of the one in Westland. And that was me just trying to buy a car. I was just trying to get a car from, I bought it in Westland, I believe. And I was just trying to get it back to Ipsy, so I can start doing things properly, get my license together, get the tags together and stuff. But I knew I wasn't going to be able to really get my license together until I took care of these warrants, So I've been trying. I've been making an honest effort. Like a dummy, I kept having kids. I have 2 kids. So it's like, it made things a little harder because I know that they need me. I couldn't be away from them. Their mom, they wasn't working, you know what I'm saying? Which isn't her fault, you know what I'm saying? But now things are even almost worse because she's the only one that's taking care of them right now, and dad's been locked up, you know what I'm saying? Dad been sitting in here, and my rent's due. My rent was due on the 4th or the 5th, and I've been in here since then, you know what I'm saying? I gotta pay rent still, my main priority and my main focus has always been my family. It's always been my family. It's always been trying to survive. It ain't like I'm trying to go out and get no extras or I'm being greedy or none of that. It's just been trying to get enough to make sure that my kids and my significant other have what they need, And I've done an okay job at that up until, now. But now it's time to just take care of the stuff that I need to take care of, and hopefully they'll be okay in my absence.
Mr. Kirkland, I've listened to you. I want to say a few things to you. Okay?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you need to listen now. You had a rough start. There's no question about that. And you're right about a number of things. One is so far you're only engaged in minor traffic and misdemeanor stuff. Stop while you're behind before you get further behind, okay? You have your whole life still ahead of you, and I hope that you understand that. You see the mistakes you've made, you need to stop making them.
I haven't made any, Your Honor, since I got my OWI, which was a drastic mistake. I'm a food connoisseur and I was cooking.
Mr.
Yeah,
Kirkland, you're talking again.
I'm sorry.
How you define mistakes is different for everybody. And now you're telling me you haven't made any. You did. You chose not to come back to court. This is a simple matter that could have been resolved with just you getting sentenced and being done. And instead you turned it into this. You've been sitting in there for 11 days now because you're still making mistakes. So you need to just step up to the plate and do it right. Whatever those consequences are, you got to accept them so that you can move on with your life. You don't want to be like your dad. You don't want that in your world. There are other resources available for you to survive. You can get food banks and all other kinds of things. It may not look good, it may not feel good, but it doesn't land you here. So you just got to make different choices and stop making excuses for your behavior. That whole my life started as X is going to run very thin very quickly because there are going to be people that don't care. So you just got to do it the right way. And if you look like you're a beggar because that's how you got to do it, that's what you look like. But at least you're not a jailbird and you're not a thief. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not stupid, you're smart. Stop making all these stupid decisions and stupid excuses because that's a lot of what's going on now. You are a man and you got to act like one. Make manly choices that benefit you and your family. I'm going to follow the recommendations of the probation department. It's the sentence of the court that you served 365 days in the Washington County Jail. Credit for 11 days that have been served. The balance is suspended. Fines and court costs in this case for a total of $325. 10 days. Actually, I'm gonna make that 8 days of community service for a total of 64 hours. Restitution, did you say 690, Ms. Woods?
$639.
Okay, restitution in the amount of $639. You need to resolve all the warrants by the time you come back here before this court. And that's going to be on February 12th, 2025. Complete the Class A training program, which is a retail fraud and economic crimes prevention case. And you need to do that within 60 days. No going to 2190 West Michigan Ave. You'll have a review in front of me at 9 a.m. on February 12th. I'm sorry, 10 o'clock a.m. on February, did I say 12? Yeah, February 12th, 2025, 26. because I want to see how you're doing at that time. I hope you listened to what I had to say. You're gonna get on this case, sir. So I hope that you can not talk as much when you go before the 15th District Court judge. Be more concise. Maybe you need to write down what you're gonna say before you go there. Okay? And yes, sir.
I did. I just didn't bring it with me.
Okay. Take it, make sure you grab it next time, okay? You said something that I want you to be very clear on. You think that stealing from stores is victimless? It's not. It's not victimless because it means that everybody's prices go up. It means that the store owners have suffered, and one day you could be a store owner. What if someone was stealing from you? It's not victimless. It's just the way we look at it. Mr. Kirkland, I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope that you can figure out a way to get past the start that you had and start making really wise choices. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll see you back in February.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Good luck, Mr. Kirkland.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're all set. And
Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more crazy court hearings like this one.